Hello and welcome to another episode of Kajabi in 5 minutes. I'm JD, your host from the Coach Support, and I am going to be talking today about the Kajabi Basic plan, answering some questions and just talking about it in general. So Kajabi Basic is a great plan for people to use, especially if they are starting out or if their business doesn't involve a lot of moving parts. And the reason that this is such a great plan is because it is lower cost than the growth plan, which is kind of the next most popular plan, or the most popular plan, I should say. But it is $149 a month. You are able to get a 20% discount by paying annually, which I think brings it to 119, on a monthly price. But the basic gives you all of the main stuff. You get a website, you get 3 products, which is really great. You get 10,000 contacts, and that's just a lot. 10,000 contacts is that's a lot. It takes a long time to build your list past that. And if you do, if you're in basic, on a side note, and you're approaching that 10,000 contact mark, go and check out your insights in under the contacts area in Kajabi and just see like how many of those contacts are subscribed, how many have unsubscribed who aren't customers. Those are some people that you could think about taking off of your list and freeing up a lot more space. Most of the time, somebody's total list is the majority of those people have unsubscribed. And so unless they're, actively working with their list to keep them engaged and calling on a regular basis. But anyways, that 10,000 contact mark is very high and very generous from Kajabi. You get unlimited emails, unlimited landing pages, unlimited funnels, which is new. There used to be a funnel limit in all of the plans, but now there isn't. And then you get one project in your Creator Studio. And so the last kind of key feature of the basic plan is it lets you have a user added to your profile. So if you have an assistant or if you're using a Kajabi service provider, then they can actually be added into your account to get their access to do their stuff. And you just get one of those with the basic, which is, it could be a limitation, but that is kind of the basic plan in a nutshell. And so a big question is, at what point do I move from basic into growth? And that's a great question. The growth plan is $199 per month, and there are some key differences. The first of which is the number of products you get. In basic, you get 3 products. In growth, you get 15. There aren't that many fingers. There's 15 products. And that's kind of the big limit that people kind of move up to. An example would be if you are, say, having a membership site, and so you're using a course product and a community product, and you may also want to add a private podcast just to make your contact reachable in that space. You're using your 3 products, and then if you have something else you want to do that uses another product, well, now you're bumping up into the growth area, and you may want to consider upgrading to be able to do that. Another area that causes people to upgrade is in the growth plan. You get advanced automations. You get advanced automations, and those automations are conditional logic based stuff. So if someone's filling out this form, did they hit this button to register to one event or this button to register to another event? And with advanced automations, you can do that all with one form. Otherwise, you'd have to have one form with an automation to register to this event and another form with an automation to register to that event. So if you are just a little bit more advanced in your funnels, where you're segmenting people and giving them different content based off of their responses to you and their engagement with you, or if you're more active and using that advanced type logic in your forms or in other segmentation on your list, then you're going to want those advanced automations. And that's another reason that you'll need to be in the growth plan. And I do like mentioning when ever I talk about these plans is you're able to move from one plan to another. So if you feel like, you want to try something out, you can move into that growth plan from the basic if you're on month to month payments, and you can, try it out for a few months. And if it's not working for you, well, then you can move back down into the basic plan. And so that's also really great if you're in the month to month payment option to be able to do that. So the one restriction is you aren't able to move back into the Kickstarter plan. The Kickstarter is a great place to start if it meets your needs. Once you move out of it though, you can't go back in. And so moving from the Kickstarter into the basic plan is a great position to be in because that plan is going to cover so many of your needs and it gives you a lot of room to grow until you may consider moving into that next plan. And you may not even consider that. The basic might be completely enough for you with what you've got going on. So that is the Kajabi Basic plan. And thanks for being here.